All praises to the Most High. Okay. All praises to the Most High. We back again. We back again. We gonna clean this thing up, man. I'm gonna point out y'all's ways. If you don't change them, then the Most High gotta change you. Okay? The Most High gotta change it. Because y'all out here teaching, and y'all not teaching the whole truth. And you get mad and disrespect other people because you don't know the whole truth. And I'm fixing to prove it to you, okay? I'm fixing to prove it to you. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. We're going to do all of that. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. So we're gonna get into this thing. It ain't gonna be long, you know. It don't take long. But this brother, I've never heard him teach before, but he's mad because the older cat is telling his story about his heritage and his relatives, the Northern Kingdom. All of them were not taken in slavery on captivity, into captivity on slave ships. All of the Northern Kingdom was. Some was left here. Most of them was taken and spread out over the islands like the chart, 12 tribe chart describes. Some was left here. Some went down there and came back. A lot of those Northern Kingdom went down there, and Rio was one of the biggest slave ports nobody talks about, right? But everybody know about it, but none of the Israelites would tell you that the slave port in Rio was the biggest slave port. It was bigger than the transatlantic. It was bigger than the Sahara. It was bigger than all those other transports, slave transports. Rio was the biggest transport. And they didn't move many slaves back from there. It's more down there than it is here. Y'all explain all of that. If they took most of the slaves, Northern Kingdom here, and spreaded them back to in Europe and Africa, where the hell did that 200 million of them come from down south? How come we ain't got the 60 million here? That y'all so say. So say because they scattered them all out down South America. Took some back to Europe. Europe didn't need many slaves. That was just only for the few little households to do the cooking and stuff like that. They didn't work no fields in Europe and Africa. What the hell are they gonna do? It wasn't nothing. It was only 40 vegetables on that side of the map when they came over here. They came over here and guess how many vegetables they took back and so they could survive. They took 600 different kinds of vegetables back so that part of the world could survive. This side of the world kept those fools alive over there. And why did they need so many slaves over there? You didn't take the whole Northern Kingdom over there. It was only almost 300 million of them here when y'all got here. It was 300 million of my ancestors here when y'all got here. They had been over here over 1,000 years. At 2 million people every 20 years, come on, man. Count it up. Count it up. But I want you to see this brother. This is one of the Israelites that don't know how to counsel. Okay? I'm going to give you some tips on counseling on another video I'm about to put out. Keep looking. But it's going to show you all the errors, all the errors and all the good points that they have in their counseling techniques. Okay? I mean, this is science. We use science. Okay? If you don't use the right bait, you won't catch certain fish. Okay? Okay. He asked him, what nationality are you? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run the video.
No. Who gave you the term black? The white man. The white man, right? Are you actually black? Are you the color of this brother's jacket? No. No. So why are you calling yourself color? Because that's something they told you. Right? Now, you think our forefathers back in the ancient world was calling themselves color? I don't know. You said you don't know. Well, we can tell you that there wasn't. Go to John 1:47. Our forefathers weren't calling themselves a color or African American. Africa America wasn't an established land at the time. What should they call it?
Africa America is not established land. They talking about a people. They're not talking about an established man. They know land. They know what land this is that they came to. They know this is Osserit. They know this is Turtle Island. They know this is Al Morocco. They know this is where the Barbary Empire was. They know the pirates that they talk about that kept cutting them off and stealing. They were the pirates stealing from here. But not only that, we had a whole navy that was stopping them from getting past to the other side without paying a toll. And they sure wasn't about to let them go over there with all that gold they had took from over here. So they had to take down that whole, the Most High did it, because they built a big gunship, Tripoli. Remember that song, Tripoli, to the shores of Tripoli? They built a big gunship to beat that Barbary Empire, that Moorish Navy. It had more guns on it than any ship ever made. And they went and took it out to sea, and the Moors took the ship from them and took it back to Morocco. They took the gunship from them, the Edomites. You know, that's before the Most High put the fear on us. We took the gunship. You know, they couldn't get it back, so they went and stuck some dynamite to it and blowed it up. And if we can't have it, y'all can't either, because y'all light us up with that ship. So they had a whole thing going over here. You don't know about the Moors, bruh. You don't know about how the transatlantic slave thing, how it went down. You don't know what happened to all the 9.5 tribes that they took down in South America, and they took some back to Europe, but not as many. They didn't bring no 200 or 300 million. Where they gonna get them from? They didn't have that many Africans over there to bring over here. Or they just gonna stand still, 200 million, just gonna stand still and let you bring them over there? Once you start taking them over there, they'll beat the shit out of them Africans trying to collect them. Watch that movie, Woman King. Okay? Watch that movie. Ain't no way they could have round them people up ready to fight like that. They didn't need them over here no way. They wouldn't have brought them here. They brought a few of the Jews. A lot of them ran over here escaping the Edomites during the Renaissance, the beginning of the Renaissance, when they first took over. They got out of there. They had to. They lost their babies. A lot of them just took off, man, because they didn't want to be Christians. Right? They didn't want to be Christians. And you get ready to tell me that you get to beat this brother up? No, you don't, curly hair. I'm going to make sure of that.
We about to show you, brother.
Yes. John 1, John 7. Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him, says to him,
right?
Behold, an Israelite indeed. Behold, an Israelite indeed.
Read.
In whom is no God.
So we understand our forefathers wasn't calling themselves Puerto Rican, black, African American. They was calling themselves Israelites from their respective tribes. Same way when you read it, Paul knew, hey, listen, I'm a Hebrew of Hebrews from the tribe of Benjamin. They knew what tribes they was from.
Let me ask you that. That scripture that y'all read in Acts where it said some was called Negroes, they were supposed to all be black over there. All the Jews was black. So you mean the Jews was white too? There was pale-faced Jews over there? So now they look at a Jew and say, oh, there's a black Jew here. So the rest of them was white, I guess. That's some dumb stuff, man, y'all coming up with. Now let's...
Hey, listen, I was from the tribe of Naphtali. So when you go into the ancient world, our forefathers knew who they were. So that's why we have to ask you the question, do you know who you are? Because we understand our people. The Lord said our people. I'm like, oh, shit.
No, he don't know who he is, and you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. It didn't say, hey, you're going to get a feeling and you're going to be Judah. You're going to know you Judah. He wouldn't have told you where everybody was going to be at if you're going to get a spiritual awakening and just come back and be an Israelite. He wouldn't tell you where you was going to be at if you was just going to get a feeling with a name tag on it. He told you Judah going to be here. The majority of them going to be right here. Issachar going to be here. You can't even find Issachar. That ain't Issachar y'all looking at. Some of them pale-faced might be. But the real Issachar is the, look up Negro Caribbeans. Look up Negro Mexicans. Look up all the Negro, Afro. Look up Afro, not Negro, but Afro. You want to find out who these people, where the black people at? Look up Afro. Y'all done looked it up. I done showed you. I got videos and stuff. Everybody done put out that y'all gathering up the wrong people. Y'all going after the wrong people. They looking at you like you're crazy, fighting you every day. Go get them Negroes, man. Watch what he say to this brother here.
And in the land in the land of their captivity, they're going to remember themselves. Meaning at one point they're going to discontinue from their heritage.
When it say remember themselves, it didn't say you gonna remember you was a Jew, or you remember you was from the tribe of Nephtali. You know what I mean? It didn't say that. It don't say that in there. It said you gonna remember that you were an Israelite. When it say yourself, you ain't never been here before. You ain't never been cut off from yourself. What it's talking about, your nation. You gonna remember you are of the Israelite nation. Okay? Alright. I do this all the time. I always do that.
Somebody give me that Jeremiah 17:4. Huh? In the land of our, are we still in the land of our captivity? Thank you.
See, so the brother in the white cap knows something. He knows a lot more than this brother teaching right here. And he's trying to be an Israelite, but he can't come over because they won't teach the whole truth.
We was brought here on slave ships, right? That's slave ship right there.
No,
right?
I wasn't born on slave ships. I was born here.
Now
I was born here.
Now look, you mad at him? Now watch how he gonna play it out. You stopping us from teaching him. You don't know what that brother is. What he telling him that some of us was here, some of us are Native Americans, some of us are Gad. They didn't take Gad. All Gad didn't turn white. They didn't kill all of Gad. What's wrong with y'all? You act like they killed all of Gad. Look what they did to Gad. You are Gad. We got whole histories of where Negroes who never went into slavery but was on reservations, they didn't go into slavery until after the white man took over the whole earth. And he did not do that in the 14, 15, and 1600s. He only did that in the 1800s when he took over the whole earth. It's in the books. He wrote it down. He said, eminent domain, he's taken over all of America. Everything belongs to him, even the people and their children. That was in the 1800s. So what the hell are y'all talking about? You gotta get your history, man. And now you're putting your head down because this dude introduced you to something that you ain't been studying. Ain't none of y'all niggas done studied this, man. And y'all sitting up want somebody to follow y'all little young butts, man. Come on and get the truth.
My ancestors,
Look. Listen to the man. You ain't listening, dum-dum. You ain't listening. He's telling you something, young punk.
Brother.
To this land.
Brother.
All of us didn't come.
All right. Now you need to learn that. You keep dismissing people that tell you this part of the history because you are on the script. You won't read the Bible and ask the Holy Spirit to show you yourself. Not only that, a lot of the Israelite camps is putting out this information he's talking. He's showing you how we already had a nation over here when the Edomites got here. It was already a black nation with government over here, with houses, with everything. Running water, a drainage system, a sewage. We had sewage systems. We had light poles, lamp poles. We had everything. Street lights, everything. You don't know your history.
Somebody go to Proverbs 29 and go to verse number 11.
Look, he don't want to hear it, so he going to try to make, instead of humbling down and taking your lesson from the elder, you don't like your daddy. I know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all don't like your daddy. You don't want to teach nothing. You still got that nigga trick nigga in you. You still got that nigga in you that said hate your elders. They can't teach you nothing. You trying to be the smarter than the elders. You can't be. You ain't lived long enough. There's a lot of shit you gonna learn growing up as you get older, and you gonna look back and say, I sure was dumb when I was that young man, trying to boss and stand up to all the older men and call them stupid. You stupid. You young and stupid, and they know it. I don't know where you came from. You shouldn't be teaching out there, man.
Don't deal with this often?
Let's say y'all deal with this often. You don't. You ain't dealing with it yet. What about the history? That history ain't important? You don't deal with it. You ain't dealt with it yet. And they ain't nobody said nothing to you. They ducked their heads, man. Look, ain't nobody, they didn't even answer him. They know you out of pocket, man. All praises to the Most High. This is what I'm talking about, man. Y'all got to get this right because y'all running more people away. People ain't even saying nothing to you saying, I wouldn't mess with them until they get right. You stopping the 1/3 from coming in, man. Y'all stopping that 1/3 from coming in with your adolescent behavior and your ignorance. All praises to the Most High.